we're gonna talk about how I broke 7 ribs and you don't have to. Oh man, what a day to ride. This is the 110 South Freeway, and there's a lot of curves, so it's almost like the canyons. But we're gonna talk about how I broke my 7 ribs here, and you don't have to. Look at that motorcyclist go, he knows what's up. The scary thing about this freeway is that look at all this traffic. You have to merge into it, and you have to go from like 0 to 60 on your own, and the cars behind you might not see you. See how like you have to kind of merge into it really quickly? Okay, so some tips on how to survive on a motorcycle without breaking your ribs. I think one of it is like keeping your air cushion space of air cushion. Now, a lot of motorcyclists like to ride on the back of other cars, but I like to keep a nice space cushion, and they even teach you how to do this when you learn how to ride a motorcycle. That way, if anything happens, I have time to brake, I have time to maneuver and swerve. Speaking of which, this is another skill that you need to know how to do: swerving. If there are obstacles in front of you, and this happened to me before, you need to learn how to swerve out of the way. Again, this is a basic lesson from motorcycle school, but it's really important. One time there was a truck with a cabinet, and a bunch of shelves flew out at me, and I needed to swerve out of the way. It was at a low speed, but I had enough dexterity and control in order to be able to dodge those out of the way. One important thing that I think that you shouldn't do while riding a motorcycle is speed like this. It's very dangerous. It's one of the main reasons why motorcyclists die, so I advise that you keep against it, and if you really want to do it, go to the track, or if you really have to do it, do what I do and go to the canyons where it's a little safer and there's no one around, and also there's no police around, not too much at least, and you can get your speed fix a little bit that way. I'm not saying go at criminal speeds, but definitely you can do that. So here it is. This is where I broke 7 ribs. There was a car behind me coming this way, and then I wanted to swerve to the right, and then because I was a beginning rider, I ran straight into this instead of turning and cornering. I was really scared to corner, and I hit myself around here, and I fell, tumbled, and broke 7 ribs. That wasn't really fun. It was also during the time of COVID, so I was trying to cough while I had 7 broken ribs. So it was a miserable experience, and I thought I was gonna die, to be honest. I thought that was it. During the week where I had COVID and 7 broken ribs, I thought I wouldn't make it. Now we're getting into lane filtering. When you do lane filtering, here's another tip. Motojitsu talks about this, but try not to go 5 miles per hour more than the flow of traffic. I've seen people go so fast through traffic, but I think it's a very dangerous way of living. Yeah. You don't know what may happen. You don't know which cars may jump out in front of you and such. I have more tips for you to stay alive, and that includes taking classes. When I broke my 7 ribs, instead of just quitting when it healed, I decided to learn. I decided to learn and invest in myself and take a bunch of classes. I took Total Control. Look up their website. Motojitsu used to teach there. I went all the way to their advanced levels, and I took Yamaha Champ Day, and I took a bunch of classes at California Superbike School, where you really learn how to corner. The deadly mistake that I made was that I didn't know how to corner correctly, and also I got bullied by the car behind me, and I was too scared to keep a moderate pace. This car wants to come in. So those are some tips that might help you keep alive. Let's see if I have any others. Oh man, this is so fun. Riding the motorcycle is so fun. Yeah. Woo, you don't have to speed. You don't have to speed in order to have fun. Another thing that I would do is really invest in going to the parking lot when you first start out. You can practice your cornering there. You can practice your U-turns. You can practice just maneuvering your motorcycle, going through the gears. Just being on the road with your motorcycle is so much fun. Watch out for these bumps right here. I stand up on them when they come. Let's see, what else do I have to talk about? I would start on a lighter bike. You don't need a leader bike as soon as you start. When you start on a lighter bike, you have more room for error. And I started on a lighter bike, and it probably saved me from going too fast too soon. So I recommend that. One funny thing that I do when I'm on the road, one of the most dangerous things you can avoid is the left turn. For example, let's say this was an intersection and someone wanted to make a left turn here. I slow down, and let's talk about that later. Learn how to use the brakes. Merging. Check this out, guys. This road is such a killer. It behaves like the canyons. You really have to learn how to corner. If you didn't know how to corner, I don't know how safe you would feel in taking turns like this. It's really scary. I mean, the first thing you can do is like slow down and then go look through the corner and just like ride your way out. Look at this, it behaves like the canyons. There's so many curves here. Learn how to stop. See, I turned in this way and learn how to corner right away. That skill is what I didn't have that made me crash. Now I'm watching here to see if that car will jump out, and then I might have to swerve to the left. Let's see, what else do I have? I took also a lot of track days, and track days help you again to learn how to corner, help with your vision, help with just everything. They have like instructors that lead you along the way, and you can really push the limits of your motorcycle, and then you know that like leaning like this is pretty safe because you know your limits of your motorcycle and you don't have to be scared to. Also learn things like trail braking, where you brake and trail off, which is an important skill when you're cornering. Fun. An important tip that I have is wearing airbags. When I was on the track, it saved me so many times. I probably crashed like 4 or 5 times on the track, and I also crashed again on the street before, 2 more times. But mostly, look at that. Look at these guys. They're just like, we're going like almost, this is over the speed limit, and then they're still like zooming past me. And it's very dangerous, so make yourselves visible. But airbags saved my life. You invest into Dainese has some, Alpinestars has some. They have like electronic vests. The only reason why I don't wear those two is like I actually invested in them because of the high technology, but they didn't work out for me. They didn't deploy when I had them. Instead, I went to the mechanical route and used Helite airbags, and they seem to work out just fine for me. So I crashed and rolled one time at 70 miles per hour. Of course, I probably slowed down using the brakes before I fell onto the ground. But this was on the track, and I had like minor like injuries, nothing too crazy. I don't know about you, but I don't really have to speed too much to enjoy my R6. Again, speaking about airbags, they deployed very solidly for your fill gear. Whoa, did you guys see that? I had to swerve out of the way. There was a piece of metal on the ground. Who knows what that could have done? Maybe like puncture my tires. You just don't know. We're full gear with full armor, as everyone says. Even though I had crashes, including my 7 broken ribs, I had minimal damage than what would have been if I didn't have full gear. So watch out for that. I think that's the end of today's lesson.